What's going on with the YouTube fight fans all over the world? It's your boy, the realest of the real. Yes, sir, I said it. Real Talk Boxing. It is a privilege and honor and a major blessing to be back with you beautiful people yet again. Saw something interesting today. Didn't happen today. It's kind of old news, but you know, I catch the cow by the tail every so often. Well, majority of the time. But I see that Logan Paul, that is, done something that, didn't make sense to me. That ain't nothing new, right? Now I'm not getting on Logan because he's a Paul. I'm getting on him because grown men shouldn't react in certain ways to me, in my opinion. But everybody's different. No, not everybody's going to react the way I would react. But I figured I'd give my thoughts and opinion on this topic. Apparently, they're in Los Angeles outside of this establishment, nightclub. And first of all I seen was a picture and an article. I read the article and I'm like, nah, I know this did not happen. Something's got to be wrong. Maybe this guy swung at him first. So I went and found a video and, I was like, crap, that's crazy, man. Outside of this nightclub, Los Angeles, and this guy was constantly asking, you going to fight Mike Tyson? You going to fight Mike Tyson? You going to fight Mike Tyson? You going to fight him? Huh? Yeah. Are you going to? Or you not? And then finally, this one guy asked, are you I'm not going to repeat what he said. I'm pretty sure you guys know what he said. And everybody's like, whoa, ooh, And then the guy started walking off. And Logan follows him with this crazy smirk on his face. And he smacks the beanie off this guy's head and pushes him. It shows me two things: insecurity and immaturity. Logan's how old? He's in his 20s, right? Mid-20s. He should know better than that. Now, the type of man that I am, you come at me with words verbally, and you spitting and frothing at the mouth, talking all this jazz. If I know that what you're saying is a lie and it's not true, you're not going to get a reaction on me. Just keep your hands to yourself, and we good. We good. You say whatever you want to about me. We good. Now, the only way that I would get physically irate is if by someone saying something out of their mouth, is if you're saying something about my daughter or my wife or a loved one who can't fend for themselves physically. That gets me irate, and that's the only way that I would probably get physical, by someone spewing something out of their mouth, verbally disrespectful. But towards me, you can say it all day. Now, he should have conducted himself, differently. Not because he's a millionaire, not because he's on a certain platform, because he's no better than anybody. I don't care how much money you have or what position you have. I was raised that no one's better than me, and I'm better than no one. So as a man, you should have just looked at that guy and went on about your business. Now, if the guy who got slapped had any common sense, he'd have fell to the ground, started having seizures, and started foaming out the mouth, and got a big payday, a big bag. You know what I'm saying? I mean, could have done it. Who's to say he's not going to do it? He didn't swing. He just called him out of his name. He got upset. I think that was very stupid. I really do. And again, I'm not picking on him because he's a Paul brother. I'm picking on him because that was a stupid thing to do. My opinion is a grown man should not let another grown man make them that mad to the point to where they want to get physical just because he called you out of your name. Nobody wants to be called out of their name. Don't get me wrong. But listen, Logan's lucky. But he didn't run across the wrong one. Because there's some people out there. It's no thing to physically hurt and possibly kill somebody. Now, how would it, if that dude he slapped would have pulled out a gun and ended his life, what would people be saying? Because it's definitely not worth your life. Slapping someone just because they called you out of the name. That could have happened. It didn't. You could say I'm being dramatic, But yeah, that could have happened because there's some people out there who crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Who will flip out on you and take your life. That could have possibly happened the other day when he slapped it. He wasn't thinking about that. Oh, I'm a tough guy. This dude's like half my size. I'm way bigger than him, so I'm just going to follow him and slap the beanie off his head because he disrespected me. He called me out of my name. Well, that dude could have been one of those type of people who would have took your life. You just never know. Be careful who you running up on. And getting physical, slapping somebody, it ain't worth it. He just called you out of your name. Bro, believe it or not, there's kids and certain adults that look up to Logan Paul and his brother. And you don't conduct yourself like that when cameras are around? Like, what's mentally, like something, it looks like something was bothering him. Like when he was repeatedly asked, are you fighting Mike? He was kind of looking at the ground like he was fed up about something. You know, and maybe he caught Logan on a bad day, but still, bro, that could have been your life. It could have been. Because you just never know who you're running up on. So, you cross the line on that one. You cross the line. And like I said, if I was that dude, I'd have fell to the ground. I'd have woke up the next morning with a brace on my neck, on a walker, and I'd have got that lunch money. It'd have been your fault, though, Logan. Your fault. Quick story, and I'm going to leave y'all alone. Well, it might not be a quick story because I got to be very thorough. Speaking about you never know who you running up on or you never know who you dealing with. Some people will snap on you and give you the business. And, you know, this could have been Logan's life. I'm in high school, right? I missed the bus, get ready to walk home. This guy by the name of Brian Springer says, hey, man, did you walk? You need a ride? And, you know, he had just moved there recently. He had moved to our high school, I think, as a freshman or a sophomore. I'm not sure. But he was a tall, he's a big, you know, overweight, goofy kid. And we seen him walking around, you know, alone, just kind of drifting, and nobody's really talking to him. He's not talking to nobody. He was different. You know what I'm saying? He looked goofy. So I look at this kid and I'm like, yeah, man, cool. Appreciate it. So I jump in the car. We get home. And I was like, hey, man, you want to come in? I was finna go over to my brother's crib. He's got this Bose stereo system that's off the chain. I'm finna go listen to some music. Why don't you come in and we listen to some music? So we listened to music for about 10 minutes. I told him, hey, man, I'm finna get something to eat. That was it. Well, that next day we got to school. I couldn't get ready to do. Like, he was like, we were friends, according to him. You know, like, I get to school, what's up, man? You know, I'm like, okay, man, what's good? You know, I'm not going to lie, I was a little embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? With him around, but I wasn't going to shun him away because he did me a favor. He didn't have to do. So I was like, all right, man. You know, I wasn't cool with it, but I wasn't going to say nothing. But I had other homeboys who was like, yo, man, get out of here, dude. You freaking goofball. You freaking clown. Get out of here. And, you know, and they got to the point to where I was like, yo, leave that dude alone, man. He did me a favor. He cool. Leave him alone. So we kind of just adopted the dude. You know what I'm saying? Well, this dude was a very passive guy, man. He would let people pick on him, talk about him. He wouldn't do nothing. Well, one day, we were in study hall. Mr. Oliver. Man, Mr. Oliver passed away. He's a cool dude. And this kid named Al Mosley, I cannot believe I can remember these people's names, bro. Like, you know how old I am? This is a long time ago. I was like 15 at the time. This kid named Al Mosley, he's a little bitty guy, real small dude, but the dude had major issues. He was in trouble every single day. In the principal's office every single day for cussing out teachers, fighting, throwing stuff, pissing in the classroom. I thought the dude like was possessed or something. I really thought he had a bad spirit in him is what I thought. But one day we in study how Al Mosley's in there and he's picking on Brian. Brian's a big dude. Like, I'm talking Brian's like 6'2". And at the time we was in high school, he was well over 200 pounds. Big dude. Al Mosley kept picking on Brian, pushing him, slapping him in the back of the head. He literally put his finger in his mouth, saturated his whole finger with as much spit as he possibly could and gave him a wet willy, and to me, that'd have been it. That'd have been it for me. I actually had a girl do that to me in English class one time. Her name was Autumn freaking Carver. If you asked me something that happened yesterday, I wouldn't remember. But years ago, I can remember. Autumn Carver was her name. She gave me a wet willy, and I came this close to fighting that girl. I cussed her smooth out in class. You know what I'm saying? I got in trouble. Well, I kind of didn't. They had to send me to the principal's office because I cussed out. You put your, I went nuts. But anyway, I chilled out. But yeah, man, he gave my man Brian a wet willy, and Brian just sit there, bro. Like, I'm like, Brian, you know. I had got to the point where I couldn't take up for him no more. Like, but you got to do it. Well, he just kept messing with Brian, kept messing with him. And then he did something. He made Brian snap. He said something about Brian's father. And we had no idea Brian's father had passed away. He was a locksmith. Matter of fact, man, I got a good, like, way back in the day memory. Not like recent, but wait. His dad was a locksmith. He passed away. And as soon as he said something about his dad, Brian stood up. And his whole demeanor changed, bro. And he bagged out in the corner. He said, man, you say something else about my dad, man. I'm finna really F you up. What are you gonna do, you fat mother? Yeah, your dad's it. And Brian, I swear, he hit him with like a 12-piece, bro. Like a whole dinner. I'm talking about, you know them KFC bucket dinners? He threw the whole piece, all the pieces. And he connected with every shot. And Al slowly melted in the freaking corner. He had him in a freaking brick corner. And Springer beat that kid down, man. And left him just laying there in a ball, bro. And we was like, whoa. What just... Come here, dude. Sit down. You about to kill this boy. You never know who you gonna run up on, man. And Logan, that dude you smacked, it could have been Brian Springer, bro. Watch yourself. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. As always, respect all. Fear none. God bless. Next time, Real Talk Boxing. I'm up and I'm out of here, baby. Click, click. Bye, y'all.